Hello out there, everybody. The second Ghostbuster has arrived in Piptown. It is Ray Stance. He is available in the Unboxed event starting today, and we're going to go through it for you right now. So, let's go over to Piptown. Everybody go ahead and click on Events. This is where you are going to find the On Your Oni event. This is the event to unlock Ray. Let's see what he's all about. In the first event, using the Ecto one at 5 stars with all 4 of the Ghostbusters. Let's see how they do. Now, I went over the Ghostbuster abilities in a previous video, so I am not going to go over them here. We're just going to play through it and see how it goes. Wow, sound effects. All right. Wow, the ectoplasmic energy is off the charts. If this PKE meter is correct, Gozer could be back, or worse. The Highwayman is the foe. Looks like it's the latter. What do you got in that backpack, science guy? Interdimensional ectoplasmic portal residue and a fluffernutter sandwich. Nice. And the Highwayman has an appropriate response. Whatever, it's mine now. So this is interesting for Ray's event, who is a spooky character specializing in spooky synergy. They have given us a team with basically no spooky people on it, and an incredibly overpowered Lego Ghostbuster team to use to fight against this incredibly underpowered team. So we're not really going to be able to see the strength of a lot of their abilities, at least not at this point, because all of the enemies are one-shottable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 of them. So we'll just keep one-shotting them all. Honestly, this seems like a very odd way to showcase your new team. Wouldn't you want to, actually have to use the abilities of all of them? Of course, we're going to use the ultimate ability because it's awesome. But other than that, now we're going to have to unlock Ray and probably carry him through the rest of this event. Now, if you are farming Ghostbusters, this is going to be an excellent start for you. Otherwise, that was kind of a lackluster opening, wasn't it? Oops. I don't think I'm in Piptown anymore. Neat. Venkman, I can't believe he's going to miss this. This bone-tingling pursuit of science. Okay, little Ray is gathered. We will assemble him. Raymond Stance being built right before our very eyes with his proton pack on his back. And great. So, let's go through the rest of the event and see what it requires. Ooh, Act 2 requires whatever you want, so it would seem. And they are going to provide you with 2 of the Ghostbusters that you'll notice you don't have to actually use. So we're gonna go in here and use my Explorer team. This is the team I use for Brickspedition. Plus, we get Little Ray Stance as a bonus. Let's go. Don't tell me that the PKE meter is broken. There's no way there's an ecto portal in the middle of a swamp. Terrible real estate value. Hey, is there any reason you're just standing right in the middle of my swamp? Ma'am, you wouldn't happen to have seen and or summoning a legion of ghosts, are you? Okay, funny guy, out of my swamp now. Great. So it looks like they might give us a bunch of spooky characters to try out against Ray. This is going to be excellent because spooky characters are what he is designed to counter and also have synergy with. Let's see if it actually matters though. Most of the characters they're giving us to fight against look pretty weak. So yeah, even with the dodge, the zombie doesn't have his res. Interesting. We're going to have to kill Willa because otherwise she'll... Oh wait, no, this is Dragon Master, not Batlord. So basically everybody here is going to be one-shottable. Again, not really giving us the opportunity to see what the Ghostbusters do, because we don't need to use any of their special abilities to finish the level. But hey, maybe that's on purpose. This was only the second one. Gear level 2, recommended level 17 was all you needed to do this, according to Gameloft and the creators of this event, so maybe it's supposed to be that easy. So let's just ignore it for right now. Willa the Witch, listen up. If you're hunting something spooky, why don't you ask Garmadon? He went underground babbling about some ritual thing. Underground? Aha! I'm standing on top of the ecto portal. That explains why my shoes are so hot. And when you see him, tell him to keep it down. It's been nothing but chants and wails since he went down there. Ooh, spooky much? Alright, here we are at the third Act 3, Ancient Evil. Same team, again with Ray as the provided bonus character. Garmadon, Masters, Ancestors, Oni, I summon you to serve as my right hand. Together we will rule under my command. Okay, 6,663 down, 3 more to go. Deep breath, let's go. Masters, Ancestors, whoa! Do you realize what you're doing? Oh, no, no, no. Do you realize what you have done? My ritual. Now I must start all over again. Wait, you were trying to summon demonic entities of the ethereal plane? I think some of that was supposed to be funny. So maybe it was my delivery that was off. You be the judge. And let's get into it! 5 characters at our disposal. Basil the Bat Lord, obviously going to start off by taunting, he always does. Redbeard showing us that we can still one-shot all of these characters as well, so we are going to. Okay, the next 5 coming in. Aside from Skeleton Yorick, none of the rest of them are spooky, which means we still have yet to actually need to see Ray's synergy with or against spooky characters. This is weird. This whole event is weird so far. It seems like a completely random assortment of characters that have been thrown around. So we'll take out Kai next. Man, even Ray, who was the bonus character that they provided us with, is capable of almost one-shotting these people. It's like they just want it to be really easy, which seems odd. I mean, we still haven't had to see what Ray actually does yet in order to win. And I understand that my team is relatively overpowered for this. I totally get that. But even the provided character that they gave us was overpowered for it. I still think it'd be a little too easy for you to really see what Ray does. Very few spooky characters have been seen so far, and that's kind of his thing. And now back to the story! Garmadon, this isn't over, smart guy. The ritual will be complete, and Piptown will be mine. If this Garmadon gets his way, it's not just Piptown that's doomed. Ethereal planes will be crossed, realms intersected. It's gonna look like the subway on Halloween. Ooh. For those of you who don't live in New York, the subway on Halloween is a scary place. I gotta call Venkman, Egon, Winston. This is a job for the Ghostbusters. Or the Pirates, if that's your strongest team, because that's what I'm gonna be using. So, now we are required to have Ray on the team. He must be at 2 stars. So, we're going to come over to our heroes. We're going to find Ray using the Ghostbuster filter. We're going to go ahead and spend the little bit of cash to star him up to 2 stars. I'm going to leave him at level 1 because honestly, I don't think I'm going to actually need to use him for anything. So we'll come back in here to Ray's event. Crummy Catastrophe, Act 4. Ray at 2 stars. We'll go into the battle. It's recommended for level 25, gear level 3, which means essentially that we are going to have a very easy time with this. Now, because we are required to use Ray, I cannot use one of my saved teams here. So we're going to have to build my team from scratch using the Forbidden Island and the other 4 characters that we want to go with Ray. So in this case, it has just selected my top 4 strongest characters, but I'm going to add a little bit of synergy here. I'm going to get rid of Sal and Valiant. I'm going to replace them with Darwin and Argenta. So this is the team that I'm going into this battle with. We'll see if they pose Any problem getting through everything? Because I think everything's still going to be one-shotted. Including Ray, if he gets hit. Okay, so we have a bunch more skeleton characters on the board. Again, they're not spooky. They're just skeleton characters. It's like the atmosphere is right, but all the tags are wrong. Now, of course, my Ray got one-shotted. We expected that to happen. We hadn't leveled him up at all. But it doesn't really matter because we're just going to one-shot everybody with all the rest of our team members. I assume this is what's going to happen for most of the people playing this right now. Level 25 is very, very easy to obtain. A lot of people right in the game right now are way past level 25. So this one shouldn't be much of a problem for anybody. Redbeard basically just taking everybody out with all the counters. Brilliant. Alright, get some ability mats, get a little bit of money, get some gems, and we move right along to Act 5. Still only requiring Ray with 2 stars, so we will use our same team from the previous battle. Okay, so we're in it. Ray, once again, being taken out in one hit. Everybody else here looks pretty weak, although there's dodgy on pretty much all of them. So we're actually going to open up with Argenta's cannon just to remove the dodgy from everybody. And take everybody down one by one. Our first character that is not entirely one-shottable from a basic attack. Everybody knows when Explorer Aurora is on the board, you've got to target her first. Okay. Now Gorwell comes on the scene, and Jay. If you're having a problem with survivability, you're going to want to take out Jay first. If you're all good, you might want to go for Gorwell first. Either way, they should probably be the first 2 you take out. Followed then... She had dodgy. I should have known that was going to be a guaranteed miss. But, for some reason, I still used Darwin's special ability. We're going to have Gorwell walk the plank here. She's out. Ooh, look at that. Almost 9k crit from Redbeard. Gotta like that stuff. Alright, Redbeard comes around. Just taking people out with his basic ability. And we're out. Reward for this node. More ability mats, more money, and more gems. Act 6, still only requiring Ray at 2 stars. Level starting to creep up, level 35, gear level 4, recommended for this battle. Pretty much the same rewards as the previous one. So we shouldn't expect it to actually be too much harder. Okay. Ray in once again, still 2 stars, level 1. No gear whatsoever. He only has 2 health bars. Oof, I am surprised that wasn't able to take out Spaceman Reed. Heal and do damage, doesn't really matter. Oh wow, a big heal from their skeleton healer. But too little, too late as we move right along. There goes Ray, as we know it's bound to happen every single time. Okay, now once again, here's Explorer Aurora, Yeti in the back. Yeti is going to taunt at his first opportunity. Basically what that means is, if you're at a place where you are unable to get rid of Explore Aurora before the Yeti taunts, you should just target the Yeti first. Because once Explorer Aurora is protected by the Yeti's taunt, she's going to heal herself up anyway, so you might as well start by trying to get the Yeti down instead. Explorer Aurora will bring him back to life, but they're using the Ice Station Odyssey set, so she will not have her res on cooldown should you kill somebody else on the opposing team. Okay, Yeti goes down. Slimer is on the board. We're going to leave Slimer for last. Why? Because I want to give him the opportunity to actually perform a little bit and see what he does against our team. There it is. So he slimes everybody. He puts speed down on our team. A very, very powerful debuff. We go in and attack Gorwell. We're going to take out the zombie first, again, to leave Slimer on the board. We'll see if the zombie resurrects. Or if he just completely dodges Redbeard's ultimate, because for some reason Redbeard's ultimate only hits about 10% of the time. Where are you on that one, Gameloft? What's going on? The number of people who have commented on how many times Redbeard's ultimate misses is just absolutely amazing. I don't get it. But all in all, another pretty easy node for us. Ability mats, more money, more gems we knew we were going to get. Now, let's see if we need to level up Ray before we can do the next one. Yes, Act 7 requires Ray at 3 stars. Now, of course, there is no way to get Ray to 3 stars right now except to buy his packs in the store. To verify that, if you go down to the Ghostbusters and click on Ray, and then click on Star Up Find Tiles, you will notice they are only in the event, which we've already done up to our maximum ability, or in the Ray bag or the big Ray bag. So you can spend 1,000 gems or 2,000 gems in an attempt to get more Ray tiles. If you want to continue this event, you'll need 35 more Ray tiles. Let's see what the chances are of everybody getting those. First, we're going to look at the bundles. Of course, you can look at the Ray Stands pack, which will give you 75 tiles for Ray, just like it would for Peter Venkman, for $30. Guys, $30 just to keep playing this event. What is that? Overpriced much? Come on, man. We look in the bags and supplies, fine. Maybe you've been saving up your gems and you want to get 35 Ray tiles this way. Let's say you have 1,000 gems at your disposal. Well, the Ray bag is likely to give you 10 to 200 tiles of Ray. The chance to drop would have to be 50 and higher, right? Because if you get anything from 30 or lower, it's not going to matter. So if we add all of this together really quickly, it gives you a roughly 2.3% chance of spending 1,000 gems to be able to continue on this event. So maybe you go, well, that's not worth it for me. I'm not going to take a 2.5% chance to spend 1,000 gems because that's the only thing that can happen that'll make it worth it, right? Otherwise, you literally will waste 1,000 gems. So maybe you go, well, let's do the big Ray bag because this has better chances. And here what you'll notice is that you do, in fact, have better chances. You can spend 2,000 gems and your chance of getting more than 35 tiles, which is the number that you need, is about 21%, roughly a 21% chance that if you spend 2,000 gems, you will be able to continue with this Ray Unboxed event. So, you know, enter at your own risk, really. The only good thing is if you have 4,000 gems, then you're guaranteed to get enough Ray tiles to be able to continue, because then the minimum that you could get would be 25 tiles twice, which would be 50, which would be enough to continue. So if you have 4,000 gems saved up, you can guarantee that you'll be able to continue this event. Or, if it's really important to you, then you can get one more star for Ray for $30. What's with the pricing, guys? Is this actually effective? I feel like for $5 you could get more than 6 times as many people purchasing these bags, which would make it more than effective for you to make this cheaper, right? Anyway, the rest of the gear that you get is 10,000 coins, utterly useless if you're trying to level up this character, and a bunch of gear items that nobody probably needs, because if you're at the level where you have 4,000 gems saved up, you already have all of these gear pieces. So, how was the event? The event was incredibly easy and provided us with 0 opportunities to actually showcase the new character in the game. Additionally, if we want to continue on with the event, it's going to cost us $30 or 4,000 gems. If there's anybody out there who thinks that that is an appropriate price for this stuff, you let me know in the comments of this video. I'll be interested to see what you think. Until then, enjoy your Ghostbusters?